Hey guys, it's your girl Corporate Carolyn here, and I am stopping by because I wanted to share a look where I just came back from a gala where I wore my natural hair out, and it was a struggle. I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost put on a half wig and just put my hair back up in a bun because it was gonna rain outside, and natural hair is kind of like you never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates, but I decided to wear it out and prove that you can be elegant with your natural hair. It may take some work, some creativity, but I did it. But the reason for this video is because at 58 my hair is longer, healthier, fuller, and did I say healthier and stronger than it was when I was 18. And so that is just a major feat, a major blessing. And over the next few weeks, I'd like to share some of the secrets for how I wound up being in this fortunate situation. I'm not going to take any credit for it. I really believe that the Lord is like just giving me little tips and tricks that I've decided to use, some natural remedies and some heavily chemical type things, but you got to do whatever works for your hair. Everybody's hair is different, and I just met a woman at the gala that I went to, and her hair was like a shorter, like curlier or kinkier, not kinkier, but coilier texture, where she didn't need to plait it in order to get the little coils that she had. And it was gorgeous. It was like maybe about like bob length of whatever, but I thought it was beautiful. And she was saying that she never thought that natural hair would be so much work, because you see people and you say, oh, wow, their hair is natural, everything's going to be easy. But natural is a lot of work. But I am thankful that without straightening it, it has reached this length. A lot of times you see people with natural hair and it stays the same length year after year because all of the rough handling causes you to experience breakage. And I'm not saying that just because I'm natural, that's why my hair has grown so long. That's not it, because I had long hair. I don't know if you can see it with the glare, but my hair was pretty long when I was in my 40s, and it was relaxed. And I was just living the dream until the gray hair progressively caused a problem. And I started using permanent or semi-permanent color too much with relaxers, and then someone at PR Partners convinced me that it was okay to mix permanent with the relaxers, maybe for some women, but not for me. My hair got thinner, drier. Oh, and then to add insult to injury, this black woman, in case you're wondering, she blow dries it for me. And because I'm so busy, trying to get back to work and, working on my husband's business and everything, I was down with the program, and I let her blow dry each time because you could see the length. But then one time in the future, she said, oh, let me just, trim all the dead ends off. Why did I even listen to that foolishness? Because all of it's dead. Once it's out of your head, it's dead. And so with all of the terrible things that were going on with the bad advice I was being given, my hair didn't return to the length that you saw in that picture. And I mean, I was devastated and just very, very sad. And then because I was a big dumbhead and just caught up in the cares of raising children, like I said, working and in my husband's business and everything, I listened to her and got a Brazilian keratin treatment. What was I thinking? Because that just made my hair like kind of like an orangish color, and and it just got drier, and I followed all the instructions that she had, and then it literally started breaking off because it was so brittle. And so I wound up with hair that was barely shoulder length when it had been like down to here, and it was just like dry and just wouldn't do anything that I wanted it to do. It was lifeless. And so I found myself in a corporate setting, and I started trying to grow it out because by that point I was scared to put any chemicals in it, and that made matters worse because natural hair was growing in, the ends were straight. Asian people that I worked with were saying, like, what's going on with your hair? Like it's one texture here and then there's another texture on the ends. I was embarrassed. Then I started wearing a hairpiece to cover it up, which I really liked, and that helped me to to grow out my hair to be completely natural, which of course led to an afro. If my hair doesn't have any significant length, it just goes like out and it turns into an afro. And if you look at the picture that I have for my channel, that's me with an afro. If I let my hair air dry loose without plaits, it's going to turn into an afro. And so all of that devastation led me to be natural. And then after a while, I wound up going to a stylist that was supposed to be for an advocate of natural hair, but this was from I got that advice from a woman whose short natural hair tends to curl. Some people, their hair does that. My hair doesn't do that. My hair gets tangled when it gets wet. But this lady, her daughter is mixed. And so that stylist took care of her daughter's hair. And so of course she could easily take care of that because it it curls and you can still run the comb and the brush through it when it's wet, but that's not what we have working here. And so this stylist convinced me to use a texturizer, which was really a weaker version of a relaxer. And and she had me to the point where I was crying because she's like, why do you want to be natural? You're putting color on your hair, so you're really not natural. And then she says, what do you want to do? And I was like, I just want to be able to comb my hair, lady. And so she put a texturizer in, and then she was still putting the color in, and then it started to thin a little bit, and I just didn't have the good texture that I wanted. So it was just horrible. And then I wound up letting someone at the hair cuttery try to get it a little bit texturized after about a year or two of me doing nothing. And that led to heartache and devastation too, because she got it too straight. So I was kind of like in between relaxed and natural hair, somewhere in the middle, just struggling. So what did I do? I decided to just take a break from all of it, and I wound up just being my own best hair care stylist or whatever, and my own advocate. You have to advocate for yourself, and you can't listen to other people because nobody is going to take care of your hair the way that you do. So if you're not getting success with hairstylists, I know there's some wonderful stylists in the South that grow people's hair really well. I haven't run into any of those people where I live. And in fact, one of the horrible stylists that I met where I do live, when she saw this picture, she asked me who was taking care of my hair. And I said I was. But during the time that my hair got to that length, with it being relaxed, I was doing what I knew to be best, like waiting at least 14 weeks between relaxers. The stylist at Pierre Partners convinced me, oh, your hair is healthy now. You can get away with the 6 to 8 weeks. And so I listened and I started doing that, and my hair got weaker and weaker, and it just led to ruin and devastation. So, but anyway, what was I going to say? So my hair, I decided, I was with that stylist that's in my area, and she was the stylist for one of the ministers at the church that I was attending at the time. So I said, oh, surely she's going to be great. But then I go there, and she has me sitting in the chair. My hair's wet. Of course, it's natural, and it's starting to shrivel up and dry like a bird's nest. I'm sitting there waiting for her for at least an hour, and then she proceeds to want to run a brush through it. And I'm like, no, my hair is damp. You shouldn't be brushing it. Oh, this is a $200 brush. I don't care if it's a $2 million brush. My hair is not meant to be brushed, not even now, and certainly not when it's wet. And so, she proceeds to try to do this, and I'm in the salon for well over 3 or 4 hours. I can't remember, but the style, when I came home, my family, which consists of men, were looking and saying, oh, wow, your hair looked better before you went. Thanks a lot, but they were right. And so not only was she, hard on my hair, she wasn't nice at all. And, she was like kind of leading me in the direction of getting a weave. So by the time she was telling me all I needed to do and the effort that was involved, I was like, this is not for me. So I took over control of my hair, and the results, this is the result. And so like I said, over the next few weeks, I'm going to share some of the tips, tricks, and tools that I've been following to get my hair in this particular state. I'm just so thankful to God right now because I just never thought that that my hair would get to this length at this age, and this isn't even straightened, but like when it's wet, I'm just amazed that it's coming down, below my nose. But anyway, I don't straighten it because I work out, 5 days a week for 2 hours a day. And so, my hair gets sweaty, and I have the kind of hair that once it sweats, or, once I sweat and it gets wet, then it's going to draw up and it's going to be a problem. So I just let it do what it does. But for the most part, it's not in, plain view, in plain sight. But I'll talk about that more in the coming weeks as I share everything that led me to get my hair like this. And if anybody wants to see it from the back, oh my goodness, my little belt got stuck on the cushions, but this is how it looks from behind. So I'm very happy with what I have. I'm going to dye this tomorrow and probably plait it back up and put it away. But for now, I'm really enjoying it. And if you want to know what I did, feel free to tune to my channel and I'll share more details. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. But until then, glory be to God, menopause with longer, thicker, fuller hair than I had as a teenager. So if you want to know how, stop back by. But until then, I hope you guys have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.